Joining us now, somewhere on the road, is one of the stars of the hit Broadway musical Beetlejuice, coming to the Wharton Center in East Lansing, Brittany Coleman. Hi, Brittany.
Hello, hello. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. We're in Jackson. We're just down the road from your hometown of Ann Arbor. So I'm sure you're very excited to be bringing all your new friends in Beetlejuice home.
Absolutely.
The show, of course, is based on the Tim Burton movie Beetlejuice, and Tim Burton is known for his crazy visuals. And I'm wondering how you take a movie and with as much going on and put it into stage. Is it challenging to recreate the Burton of Beetlejuice?
Yes, absolutely. You have to have an incredibly playful design team and one that is patient as well. David Corrins was our set designer, and he is absolutely fantastic. You may know some of his other work, such as Hamilton. And Beetlejuice on Broadway was in development for about 7 years before it made it to the Broadway stage, the Winter Garden in 2019. Yeah. So it takes some time, but what they ended up achieving is a beautiful homage and has all of your iconic favorite moments from the movie in the show.
Are there animatronics in the show?
There's a variety. There's a little bit of everything. There's some kind of electronic automation, as well as a lot of puppetry, a lot of very, very special lighting and projection design effects. We've got smoke, haze, there's fire on stage multiple times in the show. It's pretty incredible.
Well, it's the story of Lydia Dietz, who was just an average teenager, but not so average. And I think you stepped into that role during one of the shows, didn't you?
I play Barbara.
Okay, so
I'm full-time Barbara Maitland.
All right.
Lydia is considerably younger than me. I wish. Those days are gone.
So tell us a little bit about Barbara. What's her what do you do in the show?
Yeah, so Barbara Maitland is played by Gina Davis in the movie, and Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin are the Maitlands. So
Okay.
Barbara and Adam Maitland are the original homeowners of the house that Lydia and her father move into. So they are recently deceased and essentially haunting this house. Along with Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is also there. He's considered a demon, though. He's not necessarily a ghost like the Maitlands.
Well, it's a show that really has been getting great press, great reviews, and also awards. And having a show that's so well known must be very exciting to be touring with.
Yeah, definitely. We've got fans from both the movie as well as the Broadway show. The Broadway show garnered an amazing fan following. And so we have people dressing up to come see our show. We were at the Detroit Opera House a couple weeks ago, and people came in costume, which is really great. And it really just adds to the fun and the spectacle of the theater experience of the show.
Well, I was fascinated to read about your growing up years in Ann Arbor. You got into musical theater at a very young age. Did you think or hope that you'd be on Broadway someday?
Yeah, I figured, if I was gonna take a shot at it and really make a living off of it, Broadway was the place to be. And things have just fallen into place. I feel very lucky.
One of the things that I think you're really well known for is YouTube. YouTube creates stars, and I think maybe Justin Bieber's one of the more famous acts that got started on YouTube. But you were in a very special production. I think it just ran one time, but someone videoed it, and it ended up on YouTube, and it became viral. And I think to this day, it's still huge. What was that? Tell us a little bit about that Harry Potter thing.
Yeah. So at the University of Michigan, which is where I went to school, I got my BFA in musical theater there. They have a whole series of student productions, student written, directed, developed, designed. And this was part of their student production series. A group of writers at Michigan wanted to adapt Harry Potter into a raucous musical. And we put it on early 2000s, maybe 2008, 2009 was our very first show. And I think we did maybe 4 performances of it. And it was so popular at school that we filmed it and decided to put it up on YouTube for all of our friends and family that couldn't make it. And we didn't expect it to have the visibility that it did. I guess we are one of the first live theatrical productions to go viral on YouTube ever. Yeah, we have about, last time I checked, which was years ago, our first video was about 10 million views at that point. And our Harry Potter was played by Darren Criss, if you've heard of him.
Yeah.
Emmy Award winning Darren Criss, who I've gotten to see on Broadway a couple times now. We've been able to see each other's shows, which has been so fun and so great. And the company now, it's evolved into a full company, is called Team Star Kid and Star Kid Productions, and they are still up and running today. They're now based out of LA.
Cool. Now, Darren Criss, of course, known for his TV series, but also Broadway. You've been on Broadway with several other shows, and I see that you've shared the stage with Glenn Close and Patti LuPone. What's it like to be in a show with big name stars like that?
Yes, my Broadway debut was in Sunset Boulevard with Glenn Close. And it was incredible. It was just incredible to kind of be introduced into the Broadway community with this woman at the helm, who was so gracious and giving and professional. It was just a wonderful, wonderful first Broadway experience. And I feel like all of these leading ladies that I've worked with now, I just, I take little tidbits of advice from them as I go along, pass it on.
With Beetlejuice, is Tim Burton involved at all? Has he been in attendance at any of the shows?
Not for the tour. And I actually don't know how involved he was with the Broadway production, but I know because it is his property, he has to sign off on pretty much everything. Yeah. So I'm sure he was involved to a certain extent.
You've also been in Beautiful, the Carole King musical, and that's been at the Wharton. Were you on that cast that was here before?
I did the very first year of the tour. So I opened up the tour, and I think I had moved on to another show by the time it came to the Wharton. So when we were at the Detroit Opera House with Beetlejuice, that was the first time I had played any large professional venue as a professional.
I was wondering how close any of your shows have been to your hometown, because this will be a great opportunity for your family and friends from Ann Arbor to come up to East Lansing and see you on stage. That'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
You've had a very busy year besides Beetlejuice, which I think just started on tour last fall, right?
We opened the show in San Francisco in December of last year.
And before that, Company, another big show.
Yeah.
You spend a lot of time on the road. Have you a favorite destination or city that's been on your tours?
Yeah, the only other tour I did was Beautiful, and that was in 2015. So it's been a long time. I always look forward to Chicago. I feel like Chicago is the main big urban city of the Midwest. I love the people. I love the food. They're great theater goers. It's a really lovely theater community. Currently, we are in Greenville, South Carolina. And this is my first time in South Carolina, and it's actually quite lovely here. I had no idea. So Greenville is great. I'd come back.
Yeah, well, I have bad news for you. When you come back, winter's still here in Michigan.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah. I know there's so many people that got into theater in high school, musical theater, that would dream, they'd kill to get the opportunities that you've had. What advice do you have, Brittany, for someone that aspires to be a Broadway star that is right now just in middle or high school and signing up for those school plays?
Yeah. I would say if it weren't for the teachers that I had in high school, I would not be pursuing this now. I would say continue on with your voice lessons and keep doing your school plays. Participate in any way you can, even if it's on stage or backstage. I did a lot of that in high school too, and I feel like that just helps create the community of theater, and knowing the importance of what everyone contributes. And stay true to yourself and what makes you unique. I've been working professionally in New York for about a decade now. And what I've learned is that you can only bring yourself and what is uniquely you to the table and into your auditions. And that's what people want to see. They don't want to see, this cookie cutter version of something else or some idea that you have of, like the Leah Michelles and Funny Girl on Broadway. Like, come in and just be you, be authentically you. And that's all you can do.
Great advice. The tickets for Beetlejuice are selling really well already. So I know you're going to have some full houses at the Wharton, and I'm sure you'll have some friends and family that will be in the audience throughout the run as well. We wish you the best and can't wait to see the show and look forward to welcoming you back home to Michigan.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Can't wait.
The show, Beetlejuice, runs at Wharton from March 14th through the 19th. Tickets available at whartoncenter.com, or you can call 1-800-WHARTON. Make sure you get your tickets. You won't want to miss Brittany Coleman starring in Beetlejuice. Thanks so much, Brittany.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Brittany Coleman in the cast of the Broadway touring production of Beetlejuice.